Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Let's Play series. We have a quick update, and I'm going to share this tip that I shared with my alliance. And this credit goes to one of my coder friends, Jazz, who shared this tip really. And since he shared it with me, I've tested it on several different occasions, and I've found much better results than opening everything at once. So the key thing to remember here is still collect everything in bulk. However, don't open, 100 boxes or 200 boxes or however much you gather all at once. How the game works, most likely, this is guesswork, so take this with a grain of salt, is based on random number generators in terms of the luck factor, as well as some underlying code. So the recommendation from Jazz and my friend here that gave this tip that I have tested several times and we will test in this video here is that you're better off opening them in, a medium-sized number of items and unequal. So for example, here you can see that if you had 100 equipment boxes, open 35 first, then 33, then 32, and you'll notice that your results will be better. And then in the second example that I have here, you can see that if you have 60 skill boxes, open 39 and then 31. So this is just for illustration purposes, and we're going to show this in a second. So here you can see that in our inventory in this account, we've accumulated a decent number of blueprint chest A boxes, 10 blue equipment boxes and 100 here, as well as 40 skill chests. So let's take a look and see. But before we do that, let's actually go into our Infinite Zombies mode, go into the exchange store here, and I just wanted to point out, I've done this many times before, the only 3 items you should get is, the extension components chest here, and any of these purple A or S fragments. Don't buy any of these blue, don't buy Officer XP. There's other ways you can get Officer XP, mainly by hunting zombies, and then, don't do the power ore, even if you're desperate. This is where you should spend your coins from tower defense. So let's actually exchange. We have enough. So we have, you can see I've accumulated. So I have 20 more. And now let's go and test our theory. So the first thing we're going to do, I like to test it on something simple just to see the luck. So typically what you'll see is that when you open 20, you're lucky if you get one of the orange blueprints, right? So if you use one of these, you can basically get a blue fragment, a purple fragment, or an orange, coveted orange fragment. Normally the rate is, if you get 1 out of 20, that seems to be good. So we're going to test out our theory. Since I have 97, we're going to open it basically in 4 batches. So or 3 batches, let's say. So we're going to do, first one, let's just do randomly. We'll do 33, right? 33. Doesn't like it. There we go, 33. And let's use 2 out of 33, which is not bad. Now we'll do it again. We don't want to do 32 because that will make the next one 32. So let's just do 31 here. 3 out of 31, and then the last batch here. And 1 more out of that. So that was actually a really good orange rate that we saw. So I'm glad that the demonstration worked. Now let's next go into Officer skill chests. Okay, so we're going to open 21, and then we'll open 19. And let's take a look. Okay, I got the long range expert. Awesome. Which is not bad. Mid-range attack isn't bad either. Comprehension isn't bad, so those are good. Let's try again. And look, another long range expert and a long range attack. Look at that, beautiful. All right, let's keep testing this theory. Now we're going to do 6. If you get, I think 1 out of 10 is usually, maybe 2 out of 10 is good luck. So let's try to see if we get any blue boxes, or is it all going to be green? Oh, look at that. One blue console. That's actually big. 2 circuit boards. So those are rare. Awesome. Let's open the remaining 4. Not great there, but power pump and console isn't bad for rare materials. Let's do the material chest boxes. We'll do 51. Here, I don't even track them. Yep, green power pump. You can see a couple of circuit boards green, so not bad. Let's open the rest. Enough green items there, but not really many rare ones, so that wasn't that great of a draw, but nonetheless. And then let's do the Officer Fragment chests. Let's do 11 and 10. Stormbow, War Officer, not bad, 1 out of 10. Well, let's do the remaining 10. Okay, that one didn't work as well. Usually for the Officer Fragment boxes, you can see that it doesn't work as well when you have fewer boxes. So it would be beneficial if you wait until you actually build more of them. And then look, for the first time, we can actually build our first A fragment. Beautiful. And the problem with this game is you have to wait for the Alliance Bounty event and all these other events. So even though I have something where I can replace this with a first, purple extension, I'm going to wait because there's going to be a quest to use, extension components. So I really hate the waiting game, but that is what I will recommend that people do. You'd really have to test your patience, and otherwise you just end up missing out on free items. So we have our first purple recipe, and we're doing along pretty well. Let's next dive into a quick update on the city. You can see that we have almost finished Hall 21. And don't forget, at Hall 22, we can actually collect 15,000 more gold and then 20 elite orders. So that growth fund is an awesome buy. And then main Hall 25, which isn't too difficult to do. We haven't spent any more than that 37. We've been progressing along pretty well. That the elite golden hammer was a great investment because you can keep building 2 infinitely and not have to waste gold to get the golden hammers to open up the slot. We've been really focused on gathering minerals because we have steel farms. So that's a strategy that you'll have to work. I usually say that you can get to level 22 without a mineral farm as long as you focus on gathering your minerals in your main, and then your farms really work hard to gather the steel. You can see here, because I don't farm as much here, I did build up the fields probably more than most people are used to. Let's take a look at the building. So, troops are essentially really important, and building troops at a higher tier are also really important. So you don't want to really notice how I'm consistently upgrading my my camps and factories to match the best troops that I want. So here I have a factory at level 19 producing T7 cannons, and then I have a factory at level 13 producing T5 cannons, so that in my wall, my T7 cannons at a city level 20 is the best troop that I have. So on my wall, I only want to be upgrading my lower factory troops to the best troop possible here. So as soon as I get to level C22, I want one of these camps to be level 22 so I can produce those T8 snipers, and the second camp to be 16. So here you can see I've already set it up. The problem with having a camp that's too low is you're going to end up creating a bunch of small, low tier troops that you're not going to be able to promote. So always be mindful of what level you're at and what's the best combination of your factory and camps as well as workshops, so that you're promoting the right troops on the wall, and as well as you're not building a bunch of low-level troops that are going to be useless. One more thing is that when you send your troops, I wanted to highlight this, is that always send about 1,000 T5 cannons with your T7. So let's take a look at a battle report. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. So there was a server update that actually improved the gaming, the message system. The most noticeable change is that if the messages are smoother, and I think it's slowing down the game less. So that is finally a welcome change. A couple of things you may have noticed after the game update, that it wasn't showing food when you attacked your farm or another city. I think that is fixed now. So if you actually look at a battle report now, it actually shows the food. So that's fixed. And in this mail system, it kind of does some good ordering. It allows you to keep things saved as favorite, which is great. So let's say, hey, I see an important message that I want to make into a favorite. Like I want to make this into favorite. So if you put it in favorite, And then if you actually delete all your mails, it's going to delete everything except your favorites. So those are actually pretty cool. So here you can see mails saved in favorites won't be cleared. So those are actually pretty helpful. It is good to actually delete a lot of your mail to keep the game running smoothly, as they tell you, and I do recommend doing that. That being said, one of the things that I noticed, that let's say you have a bunch of system reports or battle reports, there isn't a way, and this is a flaw, that you can't actually read all of your battle reports. The only way you can read all messages is at the main menu. If you click on mail, click on the three dots at the top, and then click on all messages here at the left, and then click read mail. So that this middle center button reads all the mail. One of the flaws that I think we should report, I haven't done it yet, is that let's say if you go into one of your subsections of like battle reports, there's no way to actually select everything and just read those. So for instance, hey, I want to go and read all my commander mail, but I really don't care about all these battle reports and I want to read them all. There isn't a way to do that now. So hopefully they'll fix that soon. But overall, that's a good change with the user interface on the mail system. So I wanted to show in your battle reports, in a typical fleet that you want to send, if I can actually find one where I did an attack. This is just too many raiding of farms. This is duel of dominance. Here, maybe this one's a good one. Yep. All right, so let's take a look at the fleet that I sent. Here you can see in the fleet that I sent, so here I sent mostly T7 cannons, right? That's my best troop. And notice I've lost 0, but I did lose some T5 cannons. So I sent 1,000 T5 cannons to accompany my T7 cannons, so that if you do lose a couple of ones, you're going to lose at the lower tier. The way that the game logic works is that, calculates kind of the health of the troops, the percentage of troops that are going to die. Now, of course, if you lose the battle, if there's going to be a lot of cannon losses, you're going to lose T7 cannons. But, when you're attacking farms, when you're attacking cities that you're going to overwhelmingly win, and you not just get hit by, let's say, the city defenses or a random shot, you're better off losing T5 than T7. And then same thing with your, let's say, T6 snipers. You should send a couple of T4 snipers, which I haven't done here because I think I've already used up a lot of the T4. And what this also does is it helps you kind of eliminate those lower tier troops, so that you don't have to promote a bunch of things in the wall, and then if you get hit, your hospital's not going to be full of low tier troops. The next quick update I wanted to show is just how the officers and skills are progressing. So obviously we don't have skills yet. Let's actually take a look if we are close to anything. So if you go into your command center and look at officer skills, because we opened up those skill boxes, it looks like we have some more skills that we can build. Let's build the ones that are available, and we can break down the ones that are unnecessary. So, rapid fleet, great. Raid. Allied defense, completely useless. Unyielding, completely useless. So let's see where we are. We're at 6 of 10 for an LRA. We're at 6 of 10 for MRA. And we're at 9 of 10 for a LRE. So we're really close to getting our first LRE. We're a little bit ways off for getting our LRA. So LRE, LRA is looking good. And if you look at your officers, remember, I leveled up a bunch of these skills for that officer power event. As soon as we get a decent LRA or LRE on a hero, we're going to reset these to 0, use those skill books to level up Tifa. So you can see here that if I decided to go mid-range, I do have already a skill here. I think this was from one of the elite ores in a lucky draw where you get a full skill, so that's amazing, but it's not LRA. You probably want to be LRA until C30, 35, really, where you get the T11 Stormtroopers to be really effectively at mid-range, and it's really expensive to do. So LRA probably, especially if you're going to be free to play. Again, this I leveled up because of the officer strength event, and I tried to get the free items. All of these are placeholder. We're going to replace these with LRA and LRE. star up here, I'm waiting for the Alliance Bounty event that will, help us use. There's a quest to use officer fragments here. You can see that we're leveling up those nicely. All right. You want to make sure that in your exchange store, you can see here that I bought a Stormbow. Still haven't built my Stormbow because there's really no point. I'm not going to use Stormbow over a 3-star Tifa, especially when the 3-star Tifa has some skills, and the 3-star Tifa is 3-star Butterfly is like a blue Tifa. The skills that you want are LRA, LRE, and then melee HP is the traditional build. You can, of course, mix that with long range HP. On your strategy heroes, you want fuel up, comprehension, and first aid. So we're not really fighting a whole lot, so I'm focusing on really getting those fuel up skills. And here you'll notice in the commander skills, that's what we're focusing on in our research. To really kill a lot of zombies. How many zombies have we killed? You can check by looking at your achievements. And then if you look at Zombie Hunter, that's over 1,000. So that was a big achievement here. And you can see that, we're doing pretty well with fuel, buying fuel in the black market. Oh, great. We have one available. So this is a good buy with gold, 50 fuel, and then sometimes and you want to always be able to sell your food and oil to be able to do that. Any exchange that you see that's favorable, beautiful. For illustration purposes, you can see steel is harder to get. Excuse me. So you want to always keep the 3K boxes so that you can do this exchange. So that's why, let me do this exchange first and I'll show you. When I use up my resource boxes here on the top left, don't sell food and oil, or don't use food and oil boxes. You can use everything else. So what I usually do is I use up all the green. I use up, steel and minerals, really, there's no point keeping because you never want to exchange those. But always keep a reserve of about a couple of hundred for food and oil. Now, in an emergency, you of course will use it. But if you use them all up, you're not going to be able to do this change. And this is a good exchange for, you can see here, that we just did, right? All right, let's now get back to the next thing I wanted to show was infinite zombies. So you can see it's a C20 city. The scores, the previous ranking looks like, people Allow is amazing. She consistently scores in the top. You can see here, top 1, top 2. And I've asked her to do a video because she's clearly better at it than I am. Top 1 and 2 consistently in this game is pretty good. I really don't do that good. I'm lucky to be in the top 10. Really just had great success here when I got good wave and rewards. But I'm going to at least try to show you some of the strategies that may help you increase your score. Now, remember, your score is going to be lower or higher based on this percentage here. We got lucky with our equipment. Remember, we took some really, crazy turns. I guess maybe I'm not going to wait for it. Let's go ahead and assemble this guy. Boom. Let's see, now that we've assembled that, I have a level 4 there. All of these are placeholders. We can add this one, and this will even help our laser power even more. Let's see. Equipment power should go up. Now, if you go into it, we were at, it didn't go up that much. I guess the next tier would be at 118. So we'll need to wait a little bit longer, but at least our LRA has gone up. And if you want to take a look at your stats, you can see here that our long range attack is 103.7, which is not bad. It's coming along nicely. All right, so let's dive into infinite zombies and see how we do. First thing to remember is you really want to buy armament. So here, I did a couple of exchanges here for gold because I really wanted to stock up on some items. So here you can see that I've gotten some damage 30% for all towers and a A-bomb. So this time that we're going to do it, since I want to save the A-bomb for maybe a better run, we're going to use a damage buff. We're going to use a laser buff. We're going to use better rewards and maybe resource percentage. So let's take a peek at doing this. So we're going to be really laser focused and damage focused to see how we do in this run. So let's go ahead and challenge and see how we do. So 30% there, 40% there, better rewards, and resource percentage. All right, challenge. And this is basically just going to be laser focus. So I'm going to do laser all over here. So everything is going to be laser. All we're going to be doing is laser. And the key thing here is that how I'm going to survive with lasers and no rockets is going to be getting the little mine bombs, the green mine bombs as we get it. So your strategy is going to be all laser. We're going to speed it up to 4 times because we should be able to do the first couple of waves easy. I'm not even building it to level 2. Level 2 is laser is much better because it has more range. So the strategy is going to be having those little mine bombs, strategically exploding them in high density areas that helps you kill many of this. Okay, excellent. So we got so this is the mine bomb that I was talking about, but the 20% damage on laser, as well as this 20% increase in resources better, but let's focus on laser. So we'll get that. All right. Everything's going to be laser in this. You really want to focus on this area first because the zombies are either going to come from here or here, and you don't know where it's going to come from. So try to save up some minerals. So we got, this is lucky. So 12%. Excuse me. This is going to be a good run already because we got 20% laser and then we got 12% that purple item for resources. So this should be a good video. So as you'll notice, luck is so important. It's definitely somewhat skill, and then mostly luck. Of all the new events, everything is kind of focused on spend. Laser tower defense is kind of the original mini game in this game. And okay, good. We'll use the resource rate. So we're doing pretty good, 21%. You can see here in the top. Okay, now that we know, we're going to slow it down a little bit. Now that we know that the creeps are going to come from here, or the zombies are going to come from here, let's actually increase some of these. Good. And then this one should be able to attack zombies from here as well as here. Now we could go back to speeding it up. We should be okay. Let's just fill this side up. They're coming from the other side too, so let's be careful. A couple of level 2 should help. So the beauty about lasers is that they really focus on the bosses. Okay, great. We're going to use that. So even though this is there was some other blue items, I need these. Oh, I don't want to explode it. Oh, if it explodes, we'll just restart the level. Okay, good. The lasers really focus on the bosses, you'll notice, right? They're focusing on the bosses, and you want everything else. And then you want the mine bombs to kill the little ones. I'm just not paying attention. Let's actually just make sure we build enough lasers to cover these guys. Apologize, I have a little bit of a cough. I think we're still okay. These EMP slow towers are really critically important. Almost any video you'll look is going to put them in the same places that I have done. There's some variability here where somebody will put one here versus somebody will put one in the center versus here, but in general, this spot is kind of common to all of the best laser the best tower defense videos that I've seen. At the end, we're going to just shore up the exit one so that they actually kill anybody. None of the small ones creep through. You can see your stats here in this, and you can see that's, oh, wow, this is an amazing run. So we got an A-bomb. That's really, really lucky. So far, everything is going just beautifully well. Now, of course, you're going to say, wait a minute, when I did this, I didn't get the A-bomb. I didn't get, as good luck. That's exactly right. And that's why there's so variability. And, if you can afford the gold, you might want to replay it because, sometimes you just get better rewards. So in the beginning of the week, so, the rewards for getting the top number 1 score or the top 5, I think the top 3 get purple speed items. Those are really, really good items. So it's almost worth the gold to redo it, and see if you get lucky with the wave and rewards. And then spending that gold for the the starting armaments is extremely important. All right, let's speed it up a bit. It's now we have creeps coming from all directions. Let's shore up the lasers. Make sure we're okay. Shore up this ending part so that nothing creeps through. These corner spots are extremely important, so let's shore up that. Good. So far, so good. This. A little bit trickier. It's early enough, wave 6, to where the 3% is probably going to be more than the 600, so we'll just use the 3%. I really wish I could get some of these. Oh, I keep trying to do the bomb. If you ever have the bomb, you can just hit back and replay that wave. So if you accidentally explode a mine, you can do that. I've done that so many times. Or and it does, the game does save your progress. So if you accidentally lose connection or you have to disconnect, it does save progress. One thing to keep in mind is if you don't like some of the beginning wave rewards in the first up to 3 waves, you can restart the game, and I frequently recommend that people do so. Let me just slow it down a little bit. I want to die while talking. I like to get some of the ones across the path of the bosses, right? So if the boss comes from here, can I get this one at level 3 or level 4, this one at level 3? So you're constantly, one main laser is hitting the ones coming through. Okay, so clearly I wasn't paying attention, and I can play this better. So we're just gonna, I can demonstrate here to actually hit the replay, and then you hit restart the current wave. So good. Let's try this again, and I'll talk less, speed it up a little bit more. And I like this one to be, the EMP to be a little bit higher so that you have a little bit more time to kill the ones that creep down here. So this is the danger area here. I see them coming. Let's just get ready for it. We should be good now. So anytime things don't go your way and you think you can do better, just replay the level. So here you can see we're doing much better. We should be safe there. Safe here. Good, good, good. The good thing about the laser strategy is that, you know, the bosses are killed enough to where you can avoid using items by the time they come close to your gate. Good there, good there. Looking good. Do we want, I think that's resource percentage is actually still early enough. Wave 8. Let's increase that to 3. And this is so far so good. We're just a little bit light on the items. I keep trying to do this bomb. Speed it up a bit. Now I'm going to try to get some to laser to level 4 to really help the killing the bosses, because there's going to be some bigger and bigger bosses coming through. Let's be careful not to get ahead of ourselves. This guy should be good. Who should it be? Yeah, this guy. Then we'll do this one. So notice I'm doing the corners to kind of get the most range of the bosses coming through. Okay, good. And then I want at the very end, I want some stronger firepower to kill anything that comes through. Might be a time to use one of the mine bombs, but let's see. If it's just 1 or 2 that creeps through, I'm okay. I have enough life for that, so 1 crept through. We're okay there. Let's see if I can sustain it without using a bomb, because that'll help us get a higher score later on. Might need to use 1 here. Let's see how bad it is, and then we'll decide if I need to replay the level. 20, it's looking bad, so I think I'll replay the level. 14. So the bosses wasn't a problem, but those little ones coming through really did pose a problem. Losing 16 lives is a little too much, so we're going to just replay this. Return to the current wave. Let's see, what would I do differently? Just use 1 of these mines, and I think we might be okay. I still like the position of where I'm putting these. Maybe this time we'll expand these 2 instead of the corner ones. Did I use the mine here? Probably should have used the mine now. Okay, I think I'm going to use the mine here. Not yet. Let's see. Okay, so far, maybe now. Danger here, but the lasers are doing their job, so everything is going okay. This looks okay. Let's slow them down a little bit there. So we did use one of our 2 mines, but we saved those 16 lives, which should be helpful. So we're okay. No problem anymore. We should be able to speed it up and easily be able to finish this. Slow it back down. All right, so now decision time. Do I want resource rate at level 9, or do I want weather control? I'm going to use resource rate. Weather control probably is the wiser choice, but hopefully I can out damage them and with the mine survive this. so that in the next level, the bomb helps us get through. Just one more thing, the maximum bombs you can get is 2. So if you start with the bomb, the maximum bomb at any point in time that you'll never have 3 bombs. You know, even if you start with one of the bombs, the max you can get is 2. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. All right, so far we're doing okay here. Do I use a bomb? No, let's use the next one that we'll use. This is not looking too good for us, but let's see if we can sustain it. We will use one here. I did one laser at 5. That laser at 5 should be able to kill a bunch of these. And then I increased this slow speed. Okay, so we lost a couple of lives, but I think we're okay. Let's do one more at 5 here. Let's see, can we sustain this? Let's see. This is going to be tough. I don't think we can sustain it, so we're going to have to use a bomb to survive. Let's just keep going and then see. Maybe I'll play it better. Yeah, we're not going to sustain it. It's getting pretty close. Nope, too dangerous. All right, so we've proven that we can't finish this without using our bomb. So we'll just hit replay, return to the current wave, try it again. Which one do I upgrade? This. This. I don't want to use a mine yet. I want to save that for the next level. I'm going to wait for the bosses to come before I use my, okay, so 18. Okay, so far so good. The bosses aren't coming yet. Can I survive without a mine? The bosses are there. Now I can use it. Oh, I actually missed this guy. All right, so we might have to replay this. Kill one boss there. No, it's not looking good. I could have played that better. I really don't want to use my mine. I might be able to finish this. Let's see. Yeah. We're okay, I guess. Not too bad. We should be able to finish now. All right, I'll live with that. Okay, so this was not really helpful. The 12% rate, even though it seems good now, isn't really helpful because we're going to die in this level. So let's just use the health. Yeah, so we're not gonna get a great score, but let's do the best that we can. So we're not going to survive everything here, so we might have to change up our strategy a little bit. Here we're going to place the bomb right now. So we got most damage out of them. Okay, good. That these guys I'm sacrificing score for killing the bosses. Still okay in health. Still okay there. Really want to kill these ones coming through. And now let's change our strategy up a bit. So nothing here will help us. So let's get rid of all these guys. And anything that's focusing on the boss we'll get rid of, because we're not going to kill those bosses. Instead, we are going to put lasers okay here. Let's increase this, increase this, increase that. Anybody hitting the boss is not really going to help us, so let's kill all these guys here. I'm going to replace it with a rocket so that they do slow down some of these creeps. A rocket here. Okay, let's see. Good. All right, we have to change up our strategy a little bit. These guys hitting the boss isn't really helping us. So we'll put a machine gunner here. We'll machine gunner here. Notice I'm killing anyone that's targeting the boss. This should have been, sorry, this should have been a rocket launcher. Just get some area damage. Good. All right, let's see. I think that's it. We're dead. Good game. Not great, but not too bad. 26. I think that's all I have to share for today. I'm not sure how much longer I can do this series. It's just a lot of time between, you know, my main world and 285 and doing, you know, it's getting more time consuming with the farms. So I might have to give this account to somebody else that can run it, and then I might come back and do some periodic updates. So thanks for bearing with me. Sorry for the length of that video, but at least maybe it'll help some of you that are struggling with Infinite Tower mode of how to do it, you know, in a, you know, less developed city. You know, of course, I have other videos and other people have videos with when you have the max buffs and how to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. As usual, you know, feel free to drop me any comments or requests, and I'll try to do my best to oblige. Thanks for all your help and the great support and the increase in subscribers. It really does, and then all the encouraging words that people give. It's been great. Big shout out to 611 for being, you know, and FUC for being a great host and helping me do this Let's Play series as well. So take care. Have a good one.